What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today kinda wasn't really planned. Anyway, I want to get into why I'm making this video and just kind of clear some things up. So for one, this build, this is my 1997 Honda Civic Coupe. It's the EX version, so we got a sunroof. It's got a fully built D-Series D16 Z6. It's got a turbo, obviously, forged internals, cam, valves, springs, and retainers, stock valves. We got a coil unplug kit. We also got a EBC, electronic boost controller. You guys can see that, it's under there. You know, this car was built to be driven and, you know, do all the fun stuff. Also, we have a flex fuel sensor so we can run E85. This car is set up to be a fun car, but the problem with this car is the engine. Initially, when I was building this car, I didn't really do a ton of research like I should have. I kind of just bought parts, what would work, and seeing what I saw from other people on Facebook and forums and such. However, my rods, they're a little shorter than the stock rods, and that lowers the compression quite a bit. Also, I'll put up on the screen now, I got a block guard. It's a SuperTech block guard, and I didn't do any research on it. I just kind of threw it in there hoping it would do something, give me some support, but actually that kind of ended up, you know, making everything worse in the long run. Because now, if the temperature outside is about 80 degrees Fahrenheit and it's got, you know, just a little bit of humidity, the car runs exponentially hot. Like, you're just driving, you're cruising around, not getting into any boost. You're seeing about 215, like from 210 to 220 engine coolant temp, and that is way too much. I hate it. And this is why I don't drive the car a lot. This is why you don't see me making any content on it, because this is not what I wanted from this build. Now, the build has come so far, and I know you guys like seeing the D-Series content and stuff. A little upset of how the build is going and everything else. You saw I tried to combat things with doing some coil unplug stuff. You know, just throwing money at it, and that I shouldn't have. Trying to figure out a solution to this car, and I really don't know what to do. My last option to try and fix that engine coolant temp issue is we're gonna have to take the head off of the car, try and drill out those holes in the block guard bigger. That's the only way I see anything working. Right now in the car, we don't have a thermostat, so it's just open. Probably not good for the car, and some may argue that it doesn't hurt anything. For me, I would always run a thermostat in a car no matter what. I mean, if it's a race car and it goes to the track and only the track, I can see myself just using no thermostat. But this car, it was supposed to be a street car, have fun with it, make about 400 horsepower, and, you know, be consistent and reliable. It's not consistent, it's not reliable, it's fun at times when it wants to work. The three things that it was supposed to be is the complete opposite. The car needs a lot more attention than what I'm putting off. My last resort is to just pull the head, try to drill out those holes bigger, take the water pump off, flush it out real good, and hope for the best. If it doesn't satisfy me as much as I want it to, I'm afraid we're just gonna swap it to a B-Series. I know you guys don't probably want to see that. You've probably seen it a million times from other people on YouTube. We are a small channel, so thank you guys for sticking around and believing in the process, but I want to redo it. I really do. I don't want to give up on the D-Series, I really don't, but it's just a pain in the ass to drive, and it's not fun. This video, we're gonna be taking the head off the engine, taking everything that you see right here and making it just to where we can get to the block. But before we do that, I want to go drive it and kind of show you guys how bad it is. This is my first car ever built, and with the Miata, I want to take a different approach. 65 degrees right now. Let's see what it does. I want to show you guys so we're not on the same page. let the car warm up for just a little bit, and we'll see what our coolant temp is at. But as of right now, we're at 174 and climbing. AFRs look fine at idle. Everything else looks fine. Alright boys, we just made it home. Car is on 190 degrees Fahrenheit engine coolant temp, which is not bad, but because it's not as hot, it's better. But trust me, when it's like 80, 90 degrees outside, you can't drive this car. Otherwise, you're not gonna have a fun time. We're already at 192 just sitting here. 195. All right, boys, welcome back. Gonna be taking the head off of the D-Series and trying to get these block guard holes a little bit bigger because I'm running into issues with the car wanting to run hot really bad, and it's undrivable. It really is. Let's get to work.
Alright boys, we should be ready to pull this out. We got the ARP hardware and stuff out, so all that's left is to just yank the head off and hope for the best.
Alright boys, we did it. She is off. You can see the head gasket is not matched with the block guard. So that's why we're having a bunch of problems with the cooling, because there's not enough area where the coolant can flow through. The holes right here for the coolant to pass through, and I'm gonna try to make a bridge
to try and open these two holes up so that way this whole thing for the gasket can flow better. That's what I'm gonna try anyway. Don't know if it's actually gonna work or not, so we're gonna find out. Okay boys, we got our cylinders now taped off. I'm gonna tape off the rest of the oil ports. Alright, everything's taped off. Hopefully doing this will help with coolant flow. Theoretically it should, because we've tried a thermostat, we've tried no thermostat. By the time you're seeing this video, she'll either be fixed or I'll be in the works of getting a B-swap. There's our hole. It used to look just like this one. Now it's a little bigger. I think the drill bit is just big enough to not hit the cylinder wall and also the block itself. So I'm gonna keep going at it, get this thing knocked out so we can get the Honda back on the road. There's maybe a few holes that are not fully drilled out yet. I'll show you. This one right here is not fully drilled out because you can see there's a weld and I can't get the drill bit to go in that. So I'm gonna have to deburr it a little bit. When I get the deburr tools, break this bridge between these two holes so that way there's a bigger flowing coolant hole. As well as over here, you can see I got pretty much all the rest of them drilled out. Coolant temps should be a lot better theoretically when we open these holes up. Okay guys, fast forward just like a few more days. Dealing with the batteries. They die on the drill is what I'm talking about. They die. I get probably like 3 holes max done. And then the battery dies, so then I gotta charge them, and then that takes a while. We just got this little sliver left. I'm just about to finish it. I just did those 2 up top. You can see all the metal shavings, and we just have this little bit left, and we'll be done. All right, boys, we just finished that spot right there. So all is left to do is to deburr a little bit on the edges of the block on the inside where the coolant passages are. Then we got to rinse the block out, and after that we should be all good. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Alright boys, we're getting the block rinsed out right now, and it's doing a pretty good job. Papa invented this little nozzle thing from an old hose, and he put an air hose on it, so it's working. We're gonna get the block rinsed out, and then I'll pick this back up when we're ready to.
Alright boys, all the ARP bolts are now hand tight. If you guys are building a Z6, this back left one right here is going to stick a little higher than all the rest. That is because it's for the head. You can see that one sticks up way higher than all the rest of them. I tried to get as much good coverage as possible without spraying a whole lot. We'll see if it does the job. Belt in the way. Okay, I think we're good. You can put ARP lube on the nuts and then put it onto the washers. I think I'm gonna do that. It'll be a little bit easier. Stuff is very gunky. Need torque specs for it too. I don't remember off the top of my head. Alright boys, let's do this. 20 pounds first. Yeah, that went dead. 20 foot-pounds. Now 60 foot-pounds. So far, I've got the head all torqued down. We got our timing set. Hopefully, it's correct. Other than that, I think we're pretty well everything else. So, all we need to do now is connect all of our turbo stuff, our harness. We need to connect our fuel back as well. Yeah, so we're just gonna snap our fingers. Alright boys, here we go. We got everything mocked up. Everything is now together. Belts are tight, timing should be good, so we're about to find that out. I'm gonna put some water in the radiator and we're gonna see if she starts. Alright boys, we're ready to start this thing. Probably not gonna have time to drive it. I wanna try to. It is getting a little later in the day. It's about 5:30. Let's see what we can do. The water in it for now bled, and then we're gonna throw in coolant. Then we're gonna throw in the thermostat because I wanna get all the shavings out. I did most of that earlier. Be more helpful instead of me wasting coolant. Let's see what she does. Tell that by moving the wires on the coil on plug system, that's definitely got something to do with the car running not as well. I'm gonna let the car run for a minute. It seems like it's firing on all 4 cylinders. I'm gonna let it run for a minute, and then I'm going to later on go through all the little pins on our little plugs to make sure everything is crimped and everything is nice and seated so we're not having any wiring issues. Check this out boys, so I just disconnected all of the coils right there, and I want you guys to look at this. I was depinning it, I pulled these two out, and then this wire just comes loose, and here's the pin right here. So if you guys are having trouble with your Burton Racing coil on plug kit, make sure to check your pins. You're not gonna be able to see it, but we put our Mishimoto thermostat back in, and we're still running water. I haven't gotten coolant yet. Also, we fixed our pins on our coil on plug, so shouldn't be any more little mishaps going on. Let's start the car and go test drive it and see how she does. She's got to warm up a little bit. Alright boys, so currently we're at 192, just sitting here idling. Did hear the fan kick on, so it's working, and the fan just shut off, so we're getting pretty good coolant flow now that we fixed our block guard from doing what it was doing. So hopefully everything is good from here. The only next problem I have would be my clutch and how low compression the motor is. Other than those two things, this car would be a ripper. But yeah, we're gonna go rip and see what happens with Temps. Alright boys, that's going to do it for today's video. We got the car pretty well sorted now. It feels a lot better now that I fixed that coil on plug stuff. But yeah, right now the car is running absolutely perfect. I'm stoked. But yeah, that's going to do it for today guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll see you boys in the next video. Peace boys.